It's never too soon to call yourself a bagpiper. Too often we don't have the confidence. We don't embody the identity of being a bagpiper. If someone asks you, hey, are you a bagpiper or do you play an instrument? And you say, oh, well, I'm trying to learn the bagpipes, but I'm not really a piper. That we have to get away from that. We have to take onus, take in that identity, call ourselves a bagpiper. Is this something you've challenged with? Do you have trouble referring to yourself as a bagpiper, either to other people, family, or even in your own head? I'd love to see a comment below if this is something you've struggled with, or is this something that you've worn on your chest loud and proud? You're a bagpiper. Again, comment below, share with the group. We'd love to hear some of your wisdom. Either way, I'll be watching the comments below. And I know for me, I started learning the bagpipe so young. I've always kind of had that as part of my identity. Yeah, I'm a bagpiper. That's just who I am. That's what I do, right? But something I've really struggled with identity, which can relate, is running. When people ask me, "Oh, are you a runner?" I'm always like, "Well, I don't know. I kind of run, or yeah, I try running. Like, yeah, I've been running for a while. I don't know if I'd say I was a runner." And the truth of the matter is, I ran track and field in high school. I ran varsity cross country, track and field, steeplechase, all through university. I've done marathons, I've done ultra marathons, and still, when people ask me, "Oh, are you a runner?" I'll be like, "Oh, well, I'm not really a runner. Well, maybe I used to be, but not, because why do I do that, right? There's always somebody faster. There's always a longer distance or bigger race that, oh, I can't call myself a runner if I haven't done a marathon. Oh, well, I've done a marathon now, but I can't call myself a runner because I know five people who run marathons faster than I do. Or, oh, I can't call myself a runner because I've taken the summer off from injury. Or, oh, I can't, that perfectionism just steals away from us taking on that identity. And it can be the same with the bagpipes too. If someone says, "Oh, do you play instrument?" Well, not really. I'm trying to learn the bagpipes. When can you call yourself a bagpiper? Are you going to call yourself a bagpiper when you learn a tune on the practice chanter? Okay, when I learn a tune on the practice chanter, I'll be a bagpiper. But guess what? When you learn a tune on the practice chanter, it's like, oh, well, I can't call myself a bagpiper until I memorize it. Oh, now I've memorized it. Oh, but I don't feel like a real bagpiper until I can play it on the big set of pipes. Oh, but I really can't call myself a bagpiper even though I can play songs on the bagpipes because I'm not in a band. You just see how you can never satisfy that little part of you that just feels like, oh, I can't belong. I'm not good enough to belong. When the truth of the matter is, you're going to make so much more progress in your piping if you start with the identity. It seems completely backwards, but if you consider yourself from the moment you click that Amazon order and order the practice chanter in the mail, when that practice chanter is in the mail, start calling yourself a bagpiper. If you start referring to yourself as a bagpiper, yes, I'm a bagpiper, in your own head, in your conversations you have with yourself. Surely I'm not the only one that does that. Call yourself a bagpiper. Refer to yourself as a bagpiper. When people ask you if you play instruments, say, yes, I'm a bagpiper. Oh, really? How long have you been playing? In fact, well, my practice chanter is just coming in the mail, but I'm a bagpiper and I'm so set to get going here, right? Like, if you embody the identity first, your brain, your mind, your body is going to take on that piping so much more. You're getting rid of so many mental blocks that just stop your progress in your practice. So start with the identity first. I'll leave you with one last little story before I go, and that's a story you may have heard it before. It's a kind of a common one, but it's a story of two people are standing outside a building. Someone comes up, offers them each a cigarette, and it turns out both people, they're friends, they're trying to quit smoking. The first friend says, "Oh, I really shouldn't. I'm trying to quit smoking. I really shouldn't have one." The second friend says, "Oh, I'm not a smoker. No thanks." So they both have been smoking. They're both wanting to stop smoking. The first one has not taken on the identity of someone who doesn't smoke. you can just see how likely he is to have a cigarette when he says, "Oh, I'm trying to quit smoking." It's like, yeah, maybe you managed to say no to that one, but guess what? Tomorrow or the next day, you're going to be smoking another cigarette. But the second person, he says, "Oh, no thanks, I'm not a smoker." Even though he just quit the day before, the moment he decided to quit smoking, he's now considering himself not a smoker. That's what it is about taking the identity first when you start learning the bagpipes. As soon as you decide, you know what, I'm going to start learning the bagpipes. I've gone from this would be fun to do to I'm doing it. Now call yourself a bagpiper. It's never too early to call yourself a bagpiper. You're going to get so much more progression that way. If someone says to you and you're someone else in a Facebook group, right? Or a different Facebook group for bagpipers, hey, do you play the pipes? Are you a bagpiper? Someone says, oh, I'm trying to learn the pipes, but I wouldn't really say I'm a bagpiper. Versus what are you going to say? You're going to say, yes, I'm a bagpiper. I am learning the bagpipes and I am a bagpiper. That's the correct answer. That's what I want to hear you say. Drop in the comments below if you resonate with this, if you've struggled with that, feeling like you belong as a bagpiper, or if you have a way you wear it on your chest and you're proud to call yourself a bagpiper. Even, it's okay that you're a beginner. That's fine. You can still have that identity as a bagpiper. And if all else fails, you don't know what to write in the comments, you can always comment, I'm a bagpiper, exclamation mark. Either way, I hope to hear from you. I'll be watching the comments below. And until next time, keep on piping on.